The items that display in the activity category dropdown are pulled from tables. There are 4 tables, one for each of the 4 default values that show in the call and activity type dropdown. Navigate to support tools. And we'll open up the sales item table. All the items listed in this table are user-defined. This list is intended to represent items that are sold. The items that appear in this list show in the order as defined by the numerical values in the Show Order column. You can add new items to the list. You can delete items. You can edit items. The items in the Sales category table display in the Orders tab and Quotes tab. We'll navigate to Contacts. We'll go to the tab area. Select Quotes. And if we open up the drop-down under Product ID, we'll get a listing of all the items that are in the Sales item table. If we go to the Orders tab, do the same thing, we'll get the same list. We'll go back to our table. You can work directly in the table, but it's a lot easier if you use a corresponding sales item form. We'll close this table using Ctrl-W. Back in Support Tools, we'll open up Sales Item Form. The Sales Item Form makes it easy to work with items listed in the table. To add a new item, click in the text box in the New Record line and type in the new item. Use the Tab key, enter its price. Tab key and give it a sort order. The best practice is you use the next number in order. In this case, 26. Shift-Enter will save it. To change the display location of this item, you can use the up and down arrows. With the record selected, use the up arrow to move it up in the list, or the down arrow to move it down in the list. You can edit the item at any time. Just click on the text box and make your edit. Shift-Enter to save the change. If you want to delete the item, you can select it and delete it. Note of caution: if you've ever used this record to create a quote or an order, if you delete the item here, you will delete that item in that quote or order. A better practice is to move the item that you're no longer going to be working with to an area I call No Longer Sold. In this case, we're already there. Typically, you would have had this listing up in the list where you're actively selling things. But if you no longer will be selling this item, don't delete it. Just move it down till it shows in the listing below No Longer Sold. That way, you won't ever lose any records pertaining to quotes or orders. You can, of course, select the record and delete it. I'll use the delete key. Note the warning. It says we're only going to delete one record. It also confirms that that item was never used in creating any quote or order. I'll say yes. If you want to navigate directly to an item in the list, and the list is long, you can use this drop-down control. For instance, we'll go to my Caboose record. And there we are. If you should have an item in the list here, and the number is wrong, and probably wrong because you didn't set the right value when you put it in the list. We'll call this 20, Shift-Enter. You notice the sort order is wrong. In order to keep this showing below the boxcar, even though the show order number is wrong here, you can fix that automatically by clicking the Renumber Show Order button. Notice we're right below boxcar, number 20. We'll click this, confirm it, and we're still there. But we've changed 20 back to 11. The checkbox command button is used to manually save any edits. You can always use Shift-Enter or leave the record, but the checkbox will also do a manual save. When finished working with this form, you can close it using Ctrl-W or click the stop sign. There are also tables for support items, admin items, and personal items. These are the 3 other system default values in the call and activity type dropdown. For each of these tables, there is a corresponding form. The main difference in these 3 tables compared to the sales item table is that the values in these tables do not show up in quotes or orders.